So picture this, your heart's heavy, the weight of a dead marriage is pulling you down like a sinking ship. Now ask yourself, are you staying in your marriage for the wrong reasons? In the roller coaster of life, relationships often take unexpected turns, and whether you're a man or a woman, the decision to stay in a marriage that seems lifeless can be complex. I understand that. So let's unpack those reasons that individuals often stay tethered in a marriage that might have already run its course. The first is economic bonds. Now this is especially true among women. For many women, the fear of financial instability can be a significant and terrifying factor that keeps them in a dead marriage. The prospect of navigating life independently, especially when not actively working in the workforce and earning an independent income, can be quite daunting. And so that question looms large. Can they survive financially on their own? It's not just about splitting assets, it's about creating a path to a better future that doesn't hinge on the financial support of a spouse. And the idea of starting anew might be paralyzing, especially if the couple's assets are not sufficient to cover living expenses for the long haul. So let's talk about the men now. On the flip side, men often find themselves shackled to a dead marriage due to a different fear, and that is losing half of their assets. Now men, more than women in most cases, tend to view the assets of a couple as strictly their own rather than as shared resources, and this holds them back. That notion of splitting possessions and finances acquired during the marriage may feel like an unjust separation of their hard-earned income. This perspective often blinds them to the emotional toll of staying in a marriage that's lost its spark. They're just staying there because they feel like it's cheaper to keep her. So what about the emotional cost of staying in a dead marriage? That can be profound. The toll it takes on mental health and happiness and overall well-being often goes unnoticed in the shadow of the financial concerns. Please listen carefully to me on this one. It's essential to realize that the assets can be rebuilt, but the years spent in a loveless marriage are irretrievable. How much time do you have left on this earth? To quote a song you may know, does anybody really know what time it is? And if you can tell me who sings that song without looking it up, leave a yes in the comments. Don't actually tell me the name of the song, otherwise everyone else will see it. The fear of facing the unknown and starting over might be holding both men and women back from seeking the happiness they deserve. So it's time to shift your perspectives. Instead of viewing the assets as individual possessions, consider them as shared resources that were accumulated during the course of the marriage. And the emotional investment in the relationship is just as valuable, if not more so, than the material possessions. So when you understand this shift in mindset, it can be liberating and it can create a way to a healthier outlook on divorce. Communication also plays a pivotal role in these kinds of situations. Have conversations about financial concerns and fears and expectations, and do them openly and honestly with your spouse. And instead of letting your assumptions drive your decisions, get these things out into the open and discuss these matters. It may bring clarity and perhaps even reveal some solutions that were not apparent before. Seeking the guidance of a great attorney is also crucial because an experienced attorney can provide you with insights, options, and create a roadmap for navigating those complexities of a divorce. And with the right team of counsel supporting you, the process is less daunting and it empowers you to make decisions that align with your well-being and your future goals. And I want to point out that even though I'm a divorce attorney, I am not pro-divorce. I am pro-empowerment and I am anti-wasting your life. I know that change is never easy, but sometimes it's necessary for personal growth and happiness. Breaking free from the chains of a dead marriage can be the first step toward a brighter future. It's about recognizing your worth and understanding that pursuing your happiness is not a luxury, it's a fundamental right. It's even in the Declaration of Independence. You know that that document was about declaring independence from Great Britain, and they were risking their very lives in doing so in a foreign land, no less. So when it comes to declaring independence from a dead marriage, or a marriage that's abusive, or one that is just sucking the life and happiness out of you, your stakes are nothing compared to what our founding fathers went through. Many of them were wealthy back in the homeland, and they could have lived out their lives in total luxury. But for them, it wasn't about the money, it was about the freedom. And if they could risk their lives and their wealth and their everything to come to a completely different continent and start over again, doesn't it give you a sense of empowerment that you can make your own declaration of independence from a marriage that just isn't cutting it anymore? My point in this video is this. Don't stay in a dead or a bad marriage for the wrong reasons, whether they're economic stability or fear of walking away with a smaller pile of stuff. Life is too short to be spent in a situation that doesn't bring you joy and fulfillment. It may be time for you to break free from those chains, embrace the change, and open a door to a brighter and happier future. And it will be. Not one client of mine has ever come back to me after their divorce and said, gee, I should have stayed in that dead or abusive marriage. I'd have been so much better off now. Never has anyone said that. And you won't either. Have a conversation with your future self. What do you want the future version of you to say to the present version of you? Hey, thanks for getting me out of that situation. Or, hey, why didn't you rescue me from this blah way back when? so I can have a happy life going forward. See, that's the way I make decisions. I say to myself, what kind of conversation am I going to have with myself in the future? Am I going to look back on this decision I'm about to make and say, yes, I'm glad I made that decision? Or am I going to look back and go, I wish I made a different decision? So please keep this in mind. You only have one ticket on this ride. Make sure it counts. Hey, thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. Be sure to click subscribe, like, follow, whatever is appropriate for the platform you're watching it on, and turn on the alerts so that you'll get notified when we post our newest videos. And please share these videos with people you care about who need to see this information. Go ahead and repost them, and let's get this information out to people who need to know. Also, leave us some comments. Let me know if you have any questions or suggestions for other topics, and let me know your thoughts. I really want to hear what you have to say. Just keep it polite, okay? Remember to join our Facebook page at Georgia Divorce and Custody and join the discussion. And as always, I look forward to seeing you on the next video.